Once I fix everything in Albany and get all that straight, it's gonna be cake, and I'm gonna be walking around as Kevin Daniel Thompson everywhere I go. So even though I already am, like, it's hard, it's hard. I just tell them call me by the last name. Today, I'm deciding to start a playlist on my channel. The playlist is going to be called How To. I'm gonna put a lot of informational videos on being a trans man and how to navigate different types of situations in this playlist. So the first video that I'm gonna add to this How To playlist is how to change your name. If you do not live in New York State, this video is not going to be as helpful to you because the procedure that I went by was for New York specifically. Also, the county is going to vary. I originally started my name change in May of 2018, so almost 2 years ago now. When I was first in the process of doing it, I had to go to my gender psychiatrist. He had to write me a letter explaining everything that I've gone through the past few years. I also did a bunch of research before I started filling out the forms, just so I knew which forms to fill out. I went online to www.nycourts.gov. There's gonna be a few forms that you're gonna wanna fill out. All of these are DIY forms, meaning do it yourself. The three most important forms that you want to get are the petition, the order, and the RJI. Now the RJI is the request for judicial intervention. You're gonna have to present your case and all your paperwork before a judge before it's able to be processed. Once you have all this paperwork filled out, you're gonna wanna take it to your county office. The person who is going to recognize these files and start the process for you. That person is gonna tell you to take it to another building. So you're gonna be doing a lot of running around. These forms and filing and even going there and possibly getting ticketed because it's downtown is all costly. It's a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie. I think what I paid when I filed mine was around $200, and that's just to file them. Huh? Once you get them approved, signed, stamped, whatever, you're gonna wanna bring it back to that first place. Now the first guy or gal is going to submit the document on your behalf to the courts. It's gonna take a few months for that paperwork to get processed. You also may have to show up to court depending on what your situation is. I think for trans people, a lot of trans people that I've seen and that I've looked up haven't had to go to court for it. Other states might also have different requirements when it comes to changing your name and what you can do about that. Once you receive your orders in the mail, 2 to 3 months later, you can go and put it in the newspaper. My name change forms got back to me approved in August, so it took about 3 months for me to get those back. It also costs to put it in the newspaper. I don't remember what it was exactly, maybe around $60. You have to put it in the newspaper because they need to know that you are not in any legal trouble. Once it runs in the newspaper, your name change is officially done. You're gonna wanna get a few copies of your name change. They're about $15 to $20 each. Once you have it run in the newspaper and everything and get your copy, you're gonna have to go to every doctor, school, anything like that, and change your name officially. The first place I went to change my name was the DMV. I had to change my name on my registration, on my license, and just a bunch of other little places. I had to go to all of my banks, all of my doctors that I've mentioned on this channel before. By the time I received my name change papers, it was time for me to go back to my old school. So I tried to do what I could before I left. And then, you know, when I would come back for breaks, I would change it a little bit at a time. That part, changing your name everywhere else, will depend on you and what you can do and what you want to do. It took me, after my name change, which took 3 months, it took me about a year. The only things, I guess there's 2 things that I don't have my name changed on is my birth certificate and my insurance card. Your insurance is affected by your birth certificate, and your birth certificate needs to be approved by your state's capital. I had to send my records into Albany, where the Vital Records unit is located. You have to send them letters from everyone. I decided to do my name change and my gender marker at the same time for my birth certificate, just because it was easier that way. I have my gender changed on my license For your birth certificate, it's a little more complicated. I started that process last October. I got all my letters together and I sent them all to the Vital Records unit. As a college student, I moved around so much over the past 3 years. When the Vital Records unit was sending me incomplete status documentation, they were sending it to the wrong address. For like 4 months, I was trying to get in touch with them. Once I got the documents, all the COVID-19 stuff started happening. I really haven't been able to do anything with that. That's where I am right now. It's literally been 2 years and I still don't even have my name changed on my birth certificate. I didn't know that I wasn't gonna be able to change my health insurance card because I hadn't changed my birth certificate. I was just gonna wait to do my birth certificate when I had the time. Yeah, basically being trans sucks sometimes. Sucks. I'm glad that I at least started it because I did not know that it was gonna take all this. Once I fix everything in Albany and get all that straight, it's gonna be cake and I'm gonna be walking around as Kevin Daniel Thompson everywhere I go. So even though I already am, like, it's hard. I just tell them, call me by the last name. I'm gonna go back to my quarantine piece. Not really even piece though. I got like 17 credits that I'm taking right now. I really played myself with that, so I'll see you guys next week, and thank you for watching again.